Welcome to the Digital Marketing Insights podcast, brought to you by Brightside Digital.
Hi everyone, welcome to the show. The sun's just come out, which is always a good sign. And today I'm delighted to say we have Pablo with us, who's a content creator. Pablo, how are you doing today?
Hi, Tom. Thank you for having me today.
You're very welcome. And Pablo, we always start the show off the same. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, sure. Uh, Back in time, I studied in Argentina. I'm from Argentina. I studied communication, focused on journalism and public relations. And I'm currently working at Charles River. It's an American pharmaceutical in customer service order management. Throughout the years, I had the opportunity to join different teams and areas related to marketing and communication. So during my time as a student in Ireland, where I graduated in international business as well, I was contributing within the marketing area on the social media perspective and content creation. I was also part of a team at Your Way Network, is an NGO here in based in Dublin, where I was taking care of daily posts on Facebook and the general strategy. So those experiences really helped me not only to understand a new market that, as we know, is multicultural, the Irish market, but also to get more involved in marketing. And in the near future, I really like to be involved in marketing projects from a communicational perspective by analyzing trends to reach different audiences. And currently, apart from my formal job, during my free time, I'm running a podcast called Historias de Rock. For now, it's only for Spanish speakers, and the idea is narrate the history of the rock since the 50s up to date. And with that being said, if I had to choose a specific area, I would go to content creation and social media.
I'm glad you answered that. So my next question would have been,
Yes.
what's your biggest strength in digital? But could you elaborate a little bit more in how you see it as your biggest strength?
Well, the factors that can be evaluated using marketing metrics can be diverse. So, to establish the best indicator or the best options among all the possibilities for your business will be to understand the purpose of your action. So, to outline your goal, first, you should learn the difference between social metrics and business metrics. So, when we talk about social metrics, we are talking basically about the objectives of the brands, because each company has its motivation to develop content in these channels and development, and depending on each one, different objectives will be analyzed as well. But I would say that the main data that I can observe in social metrics would be what you want to reach. So, for example, on social media such as Facebook or Instagram, Twitter, or LinkedIn, um, I consider them as a base objective, since we can check how many people are reaching each published content. On the other hand, would be engagement. So as it sounds, it's just so it sounds easy, but again, it takes some time to reach the numbers that we are trying to get. That will always be less than the number of view of the content. So it's important that the information is up to date from a marketing strategy perspective. Also, the followers. So pay attention to the followers, the volume of people who are interested in following your posts, And we should realize that one of the metrics depend on the other, and all must be positive for the work on social networks to be successful. Now, when we talk about business metrics, I would say that to design any marketing project, it's necessary to take into account the reason why the company is investing in that strategy. Because in some cases, the first to be informed is just to make the company known, but that's only one perspective. Uh, the main business metric would be how you can increase the sales volume. Well, that would be pretty much like my point of view about that.
Yeah, really well said. And Pablo, you mentioned there a couple of areas around
Yes.
your metrics for identifying and improving your
Mhm.
socials. What platforms would you go to analyze your reports?
Well, it's a, as we know, it's a very dynamic market, and yeah, so a few years ago, Facebook would be the like the king in terms of social media, but currently, I would say that depends on your business because, for example, if you have like a company that is more focusing on professionals, for example, I would say that the best way to go would be LinkedIn. Now, if you're talking about a business or a service that it's more focused on teenagers or a younger population, maybe you can go to Instagram, or you can launch maybe a channel through Twitch. So it depends on what you want from it, what you want to get from social media, and what's the main objective. I think that at this point it's important to set up or to go like in baby steps, and not to push yourself to massive objectives. So maybe checking out on monthly basis how your strategies are going, if you need to make an adjustment, or maybe if you need to change the strategy, or if you need to change the content, or maybe how to um, um, act within your audience. So it would depend, but yes, certainly this is a very dynamic market. So I think that the LinkedIn nowadays for professionals, for example, is a very strong social media. I would say that is the strongest one, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, and the organic the impressions you get
Yes.
from posting on LinkedIn, like TikTok, are just
Absolutely.
they massively
Yeah.
outweigh all those other platforms. So yeah, really well said. And away from your strengths at the moment, Pablo, is there any particular areas you're looking to upskill and learn more about, and why?
Well, certainly. Um, as we were talking previously, I think my strength would be content creation, but obviously, marketing or digital marketing in this case is a very diverse field, and I would say that analytics is like it would be a part of the digital marketing that I would like to be trained, or to deep down in that area to understand a little bit more. So it's one of the most technical points of the digital marketing, but also the most probably exciting about in terms of online marketing, uh, because you can understand a little bit more about the different tools, about the metrics, and what is happening on the company's website and the online channels, as just by looking at the, the the big picture. So in fact, connecting with the first point, we can say that analytics plays an essential role in digital marketing of a business because it allows you to know if the objectives established in the digital marketing plan have been achieved, or what is the degree of compliance achieved, and how can it be improved.
Really well said. And Pablo, I suppose you've alluded to it a little bit there,
Mhm.
but the digital industry as a
Mhm.
whole, is there anything that really excites you technology wise that might be coming in the future? And anything do you want to tell our audience to keep an eye on?
Well, again, I think social media is essential nowadays. The power of social media for any type of online business or project is beyond discussion. So, knowing everything you need to function in social networks, implement social media actions and campaigns, develop content, marketing strategies in blogs, for example, as well. Uh, all those actions will open the doors of inbound marketing or attraction marketing focused on customer needs. But also, I think it's very important to mention email marketing because in digital marketing, communication obviously is the key, but email marketing plays a crucial role in the relationship with the subscriber, the client, or the customer. So, uh, at this point, requires the implementation of advanced marketing techniques as well as other types of skills that require specific training. So, in addition, it's important to know the tools that will allow you to take the conversion funnel to another more specialized level.
Really interesting, really well said. And Pablo, we always ask the same question on the show,
Mhm.
which I know you're familiar with, which is if you could bottle up one personality trait and pass it on to others, what would it be?
Well, that's a really good question. So yes, I think it's so we are talking about young people that want to be involved in digital marketing, basically.
Yeah,
Well, so I would say that first of all, try to get involved not only in social media, but also about the latest trends in the market, yes, in the market, and try to see if you can if you have a special skill that maybe you can develop. And obviously, I would also recommend to go to an institute or university to get those fundamentals uh, and the different approach that you will need basically uh, to be capable of working within different industries. And in this particular in marketing, in digital marketing, so you never stop learning, so it's an endless process. So I would say that you have to uh, be aware of as I said, different trends, and also uh, with the desire of be an eager reader, for example, and to be in contact with other professionals, with people that maybe can give you an a better insight about well, from their experience. and well, and that, yeah, I would say that as the first steps, that would be a good start for the newbies.
brilliant. Really, really well answered and a wonderful way to end the show. That's it, Pablo. Thank you so much for being on the show. I'll obviously we'll put this out on LinkedIn and we'll put your thoughts out there. But first and foremost, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing your thoughts.
Thank you so much, Tom. I really enjoyed the show, and well, uh, thank you to your audience for taking the time to listen to this episode.